Yep, I got your sofa.
You got me.
No, we are. We
Still up a
fixed
little
it.
bit. There you go.
That's good. Fantastic.
Right.
So explain to us what happened then since the last interview. Have anything happened? Have anything progressed?
A long time ago. Am I supposed to remember?
Not really. But have anything
Um,
happened recently, including production on an unknown or undisclosed details?
I need to try and turn you up a little bit. I'm struggling to hear you. Try again.
How's the production going for this undisclosed project?
Right. Yes, we're knocking out videos at the moment. Although we're struggling a little bit to find places to go and investigate.
Yeah.
And we've got Halloween coming up, so we're trying to do something special for Halloween. I'd like to do a YouTube live on Halloween if I can.
That will be interesting to see. That will be very interesting.
Yeah, but obviously it depends what we can come up with and where we can go.
Yeah. And you can't really go to the same places twice, can you? You've got to find the new original places that you haven't been to.
Yes, yes. I mean, we do try not to go back too many times to previous places, but sometimes, as in the case of what's happening at the moment with the old World War II bomb storage facility we've been investigating. There's certain things that we've been unable to explain, so we feel we need to go back to try and explain them. Maybe try and recreate what we did last time we were there, to see if we can get the same sort of thing again. But other than that, we wouldn't normally go back to somewhere unless we feel we've got something to solve.
But in our previous conversation, you did say you were filming for TV. How is that going?
Filming for
TV,
oh
television.
yeah, I still can't say anything about that. Yes, we had a major TV company filming us for a day, with a view to producing a series on the paranormal. Um, but this
Can you
major
give us any
TV
sort of insight at all into that?
sorry.
Can you give us any sort of insight at all into it?
No, I can't. All I can say is it's a major TV company that did the filming, but they are pitching the idea, or they're trying to sell the series to one of the Freeview channels. And the last I heard was a couple of weeks ago that they were pitching the idea to this channel, to see if they can get a series out of it.
So when you know, we know, basically.
Yes.
But
I mean, for Ghost Hunter Wales, it'll be a good thing if it happens.
yeah, well, it would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You know, because you're a local paranormal team, and you're now making it big in some aspects.
Yeah.
And you don't see that, do you? You really don't see that.
It just doesn't happen, does it?
No, it doesn't.
I'll be perfectly honest with you. When this TV company contacted us, which was done through Facebook, yeah, we all thought it was a wind-up.
But you did your research, didn't you? You did your research to ascertain it is real.
It was one of the producers from this company that contacted us. So I went onto her Facebook page and checked it out. I'm sure it all checked out. It was all legit. So then we started the dialogue and got the ball rolling.
Can you? Oh, yeah, this is a better question to ask then. Obviously, you can't give any more than what you gave away, but obviously, I don't stop trying. But on your first day of shooting, can you explain anything about that, like how it went or anything?
It was only one day of filming.
How did
Yeah.
that go?
Um, and it actually went extremely well. It went far better than I expected. Um, the producer, the director, the all the team, in fact, particularly the presenters, who there's two female presenters to this series, if it happens. We got on very well with them, and everything went very smoothly. We couldn't really have wished for it to go any better.
Was you nervous when it got started, though? Because
No,
you never
not at all.
thought it would ever reach to this point in time?
No,
So quickly and so sudden?
I was not at all nervous. Um, but there again, I used to work full time as a support artist. Um, I've worked on series such as The Broker's Man, Midsummer Murders, Ruth Rendell. I've done a commercial for British Airways. I've done all sorts of things. So being in front of the camera, as it were, is not new to me. But when I started doing this paranormal stuff, because I'm not a presenter, I don't like talking to the camera. But
Yeah, true.
I'm getting used to it. As time goes on, I'm getting used to it. And I think if you look at my recent videos and compare them to the first videos we put up, I think you'll see a big difference.
It comes in time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You go into, this big confidence gradually. It's not a click of a finger. You improve you improve a lot of things
Yeah.
in time. And that's just how life is, isn't it? From
Yes.
what you wasn't expecting to do from when you started paranormal to how it transpired is a huge difference, isn't it? It's a huge gap. And
Yes.
yeah, you got yourself to that level, and you should be proud about that.
Yes.
Should really be proud.
Um, no, I'm quite happy with what we've achieved. Um, I say it all started. Um, I used to run a business in Bangor, and we had some goings on or some activity in that shop that we couldn't explain. Um, so I didn't investigate it as such, but the CCTV caught stuff that we couldn't explain. So I made little videos from the CCTV and put it up on YouTube. Yeah, and this is really what started it.
But with this TV show, then, I'll have to ask this question because
Go on.
it's a question that everyone would want to ask themselves as well. Is the authenticity when everyone makes it on TV that their number one ambition is to prove the paranormal.
Yeah.
Is it justifiable as entertainment now that is on TV, or is it still the authenticity is there?
Like what this obviously this TV company, I can't mention their name.
Don't mention their name.
This this TV company, they pulled us from YouTube. Yeah. Now, obviously, we're not the only ones they looked at on YouTube. They must have looked at all the paranormal investigators on YouTube. Yeah. And I suspect they probably selected more than just us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know when they left us, they went to film at another venue, which is not too far away. So they probably have an additional team lined up there. Yeah. But the producer said what drew them to us is that we were different from the mainstream investigators, where because we tend to do people's owns, we avoid the castles and the derelict hospitals and the asylums and that sort of thing. We go for places that are lived in and occupied, places of work, that sort of thing. And this is what they liked about us, the fact that we were just a little bit different.
So you filmed for one day then, as you clarified earlier
Yeah.
in the interview. Is it going to be a film? Was it going to be made into a film, a documentary, 30-minute episodes? Do you have any inkling at all?
From what I can gather, it's going to be a documentary of a series of probably 10 episodes, or however many series they normally put out, however many episodes they normally put into a series. What length each episode is going to be, I don't know. But there's certainly not going to be any fakery involved. You know, we're not going to be faking any paranormal activity. It either happens or it doesn't, as with our normal investigations now.
I just had to ask that, though. I really had to, because I'm just very interested. Because having a TV production and doing all that very recently, or this year, it's a massive goal that you've now done.
Yeah.
So it is, it's massive. It's
Yeah,
huge.
I mean, even to get the opportunity to film with a major TV company is something in itself. You know, if nothing comes of it, then nothing comes of it. But it's good to be
Well,
doing.
Vivian, you've got to keep us all updated. The
Oh,
community's got to be updated by
I
this little hidden project.
don't worry. If anything happens that I can go public with, I will do it, because obviously it's gonna give us a boost. It's gonna boost our channel.
I know
Um,
I'll be watching.
uh,
I'll be watching it from the
I'm sure
premiere
you
day.
will.
Of
I'm sure
course I
you will.
will. You're based in Wales, and with with the followers you have, and you're on TV, everyone will be thinking, "Wow, if they can do it, so can we." It's all about thinking the same.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. You're quite right.
But before we do go for our commercial break, let's just have a look at this little video, because this is quite exploring a disused bomb storage facility. Now, in the title, that's already interesting.
Yeah.
It's,
See that?
that's a figure painted on the wall, isn't
Yes, it is, yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it does look like it's all like...
Yeah.
I think if that's, if... It's not very clever, right?
Why what?
We've got to come like that, and I'll turn off and come back.
Don't know.
Is this the end of it, though, isn't it? Yeah.
What are you doing up there?
So summarise what was that about then? Because obviously I am very interested in how it ended, really. Give us a bit of background to it.
A bit of what, sorry?
Bit of background into your investigation.
What, into that building?
Yeah.
Okay. There's not an awful lot I can tell you. It was my son Paul who recently joined the team, that wanted to go and investigate it. And he did all the groundwork. He went and he found it, which is not easy. It is extremely isolated, well out of the way. He tracked it down. He found it. We went and made sure that we could get into the building, and then we put the team together, and off we went. But funnily enough, me and Paul went and filmed a little preview video first. Now, we were only in the building for about 20 minutes filming that preview, and yet we seem to have caught more in that 20 minutes than we caught when we went back and did the actual investigation, which strikes me as a little bit odd. Which I think just goes to show that, you know, if you go one place once and you get absolutely nothing, it doesn't mean if you go back you're not going to get something another time.
It doesn't, does it? But, you know, a bomb storage facility, you don't really see that around now, do you? Or if it is, it's more likely demolished. So finding one that's still, well, upkeepable, you know, it must be jackpot at that time, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm going to try and film a documentary on the place, actually, because it's got a lot of history. I mean, there's tunnels and such forth there that we've not filmed, we've not shown that in the video. That obviously I would show in the documentary, particularly the railway tunnel, where all the bombs were transported in and out by rail. And I intend to try and find the route that railway took. I think I've got a rough idea, but obviously I need to try and find it. So I intend to make a documentary on the place.
Yeah, I would actually do that because I'm certainly am interested in, you know, discovering more than what your investigation are.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot more to that place than it is investigating wise, isn't it?
Oh yeah, there is most definitely. And I think if I can put a documentary together and put it together well, I think it would actually be more interesting than any paranormal investigation.
So on that investigation specifically, then, have you had any good results from that visit?
From the investigation, I would say no. Other than Becky did 30 minutes alone. We left her in the building on her own for 30 minutes alone. Yeah. Now apparently this building is the size of 2 football pitches. Well, at least it was originally. Part of it's collapsed. Yeah. But originally it was the size of 2 football pitches. Now we left her in there on her own for 30 minutes. She had some activity. She had some results. Particularly with the cat balls. She uses these little light up cat balls. Yeah, they only light up if you touch them, and they were flashing away all over the place. So she was getting some good results on that. Apparently, she was touched on the shoulder. Obviously, we've only got a.
Isn't that terrifying? I know that you have done, investigations, but entering that building, that must be some sort of terrifying moment, if anything else.
Yes, and I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I've been going through footage all weekend, looking for anything that we've missed. Another video went up just before we went live on the place. How can I put it? We are going to go back, yeah, but with a reluctance. I
just think the audience would like that as well. Like you are attempting to go back, attempting to get bigger, better results, and handling your nerves while entering it, isn't it?
I'm quite I am quite nervous about going back in there. I mean we've had footsteps. We've had footsteps following us. I don't know if you've seen the figure that we captured.
Footsteps. You will have seen that strange orb streak of light and the figure of the naked man that we. Okay, one thing I want you to notice here, we are both wearing trainers. Listen carefully to our footsteps as we make our way around. Really creepy. This is the bit where we captured the figure. Just there.
At that point in that video, I would have shivers down my spine.
Go on.
I would have shivers down my spine at that moment in that video.
It's funny you should say that, because if you move on a bit forward from that, it's not long after that I look up and say, I think it's time to get out of here, or words to that effect. I was beginning to feel really uneasy. Now, neither of us saw that figure. It's clearly there, but neither of us saw it. But I clearly felt its presence.
Yeah, it's just that first instinct, isn't it? When you going in and you hear all these different echoes. That's
Yes.
the first feeling that goes through your body, doesn't it?
Certainly doesn't sound like somebody walking in trainers. Here's the clip again. What do you think? Is there somebody following us in high heels? Or is there another explanation for it? Comment down below, let us know what you think, both on these footsteps and the strange mist. If you've got comments on any other of the videos from this World War II bomb storage facility that we filmed, please do comment below and keep an eye out for the next upload, and I thank you very much for watching this one.
Ghost Hunter Wales.
That is a pretty good edit. I like the finishing touches on that. It's very 3D. Rivian, you still with us? I think there might be a bit of a freeze there. Everyone else going to be watching this then on live. We're now going to take a little break, and we will return after the commercial. Rivian, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Your screen got froze, but now you resumed.
Right, yeah, you were somewhat static.
Oh, was I static?
You weren't moving.
Oh, right.
You were frozen.
Well, I'm not frozen now, I hope.
No.
That's good.
I was saying before you froze up, those footsteps, we couldn't hear them at the time. It's only in the video playback that they're obvious.
You don't hear it, though, do you? I mean, you don't hear or see it. Even when you export in the video, there could be some bits where you've not even seen.
Yes, which is why I'm still going through. I'm going through every inch,
Frame by frame.
frame by frame, which is not something I normally do, but in this case,
So you've got to highlight the most watchable moments from a video of that size and that duration.
Yes.
It's a compulsory matter.
Yeah. I mean, when we go
on the video side, I did come and stumble across this one. I was lost about this one. Reason being is because the camera panned to a large beach. And I'm thinking, you're not going to get, paranormal activity. And if you do, it's not going to be, much compared to graveyards and bomb facilities and anything that's deemed haunted. So this is why I'm going to show the viewers this one and see if they can understand it.
Yes.
So, what is the background about that experience?
Right. First off, I feel you can actually get paranormal activity anywhere. It doesn't necessarily have to be a graveyard. I believe you can get it anywhere. But what that film was actually about, it was my wife taking a trip back in time to childhood days where she used to play in what was a place they called Bluebell Woods. Um, Now, obviously, it was a good 30 years or so ago. Um, that she was a child in that area. Um, and what I was trying to show in the video there is how, with time and how places change, she couldn't
Oh,
remember.
assuming you're documenting more about the
She,
history.
yeah, she couldn't remember the way there, and we went the wrong way. Yeah, and I was really sort of demonstrating that over time, our memory was quite not what it was. You know, and of course, once we found out where we were, we actually get into what is Derby Woods or Bluebell Woods. It's called something else now. Yeah, and of course, we then do go on to show the witch's table that used to terrify her as a child. Um, to me, it's nothing. It's just an umbrella, you know. Um, and again, with the dragon's nest, to me, it's just a pile of stones. But I can see why, as a child, or as a youngster, the stories that are attached to those can be frightening, if you like. Particularly, then it was woodland, whereas now it's lit, it's got pathways, they've actually made it it's a little picnic area as such, you know. But it was
I think I like that. I like that style where you can document 30 years and,
yeah,
go in
it
the
was
area when it's now. That's the most interesting part as well.
it was a trip back in time for my wife. Basically, she was I know she was wanting to explore it, and I'm actually looking at making more videos like that. Um, Obviously, not so much trips back in time, but I would like to show more of the local scenery that we've got there. We've got some stunning scenery here in Wales. Um,
Yeah, we have, yeah.
but I think occasionally we will
Some
drop.
scenery no one have ever documented.
Right, yeah, but I think occasionally we'll drop in a video that's not paranormal. It will just be, look at this stunning countryside sort of thing. You know, we're lucky enough to live here. Yeah.
But on our video then in question, did you, gather any paranormal activity? Did you think this could be another place where possibly we could uncover some haunted past?
I don't think so. I mean, I ran the spirit box and we had one male voice come through on it, which I couldn't make out what was said. Um, if we could actually work out the site of where the old mansion used to stand, then yes, it might be worth looking into it. Now, this isn't on camera. We had the conversation off camera afterwards. But there is another set of steps. You know, we showed the concrete steps, which I think belong to the farmhouse. Yeah. Further up in the woods, there is another set of steps like that, which I think belong to the old mansion house. But I actually forgot about them while we were up in the woods there. So I didn't go looking for them. But I would have liked to have included those in the video. And that might also have given us an idea of where the mansion house used to stand.
Yeah, you've got to uncover all the avenues, haven't you? Otherwise, you're never going to know where things are. You never know what the true aspect of that facility is.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, we did go there. We didn't go there blind. I will admit we went there about 2 weeks beforehand. And
Obviously, for safety reasons, you've got to go in there before you
yeah,
have the cameras out. Just for your own safety reasons as well.
yeah.
Just for the safety of the team and for the safety of how you experiment and if it's stable.
That's right.
If you know what I mean. You don't
Yeah,
want to
so-
fall down it, sort of thing, because then that'll be an health and safety issue.
Yeah, because we'd been there, we knew where we were going. Yeah, but when we went back and filmed that, Gwen was trying to get to another part of the woods that she remembers, and this is why we took this wrong path. Because she, you know, the way we went wasn't right for her, if you know what I mean. So this is why she took this different path to try and get to a different part of the woods, and then realised we just can't get there that way. So we had to double back on ourselves and go back. But I think she enjoyed it.
As I said, I only just showed a snippet of a full video there, and it's already interesting. And I think to the audience that watches on replay, would even have a look and watch it to the end as well. Because you rate the audience well. You don't give them something that they're never going to see, because then that's known as staged and, and all that different thing,
Yeah.
breaking viewers and not giving them what they actually are seeing.
We don't.
So,
use,
you've got your authenticity. You've got your authentic.
Yeah, we don't use clickbait. We don't fake content. We don't over dramatize anything. I don't even like putting music to videos, actually. But there are times when I think
But you just got to adapt and give audience
there are times when I
different
think
visuals, isn't it?
a little bit of music works, as it does in that one, because there's nothing happening. We're just walking up this path, and I think a bit of
And you
music.
don't want the audience speakers to go, well, it's not working, and they might have a problem with their own sound equipment.
So there are times when a bit of music does work.
Yeah, and I think as well, others would agree, and if they don't, then they just generally criticisms, aren't they?
Yeah.
But a good question I'll ask for you then: out of all the out of all the experiences with the paranormal, and now with your major project, would you at a later date write an actual book so everyone can get a more of a insight to to your feelings and everything that they can't really make out in the video?
That is a good question, and I'm not a writer. I don't think I could write a book, or certainly not a factual one anyway. I mean, I've got an idea for a book, but it's
I think because if you can make it on TV, you can do anything. The possibility is endless when you get onto that big stamp.
Yeah.
But I just think it would be nice, to see a book out there that we haven't saw in videos, that we can always imagine.
Yeah. Obviously, if this TV thing comes off and we get, everything shoots through the roof as you'd expect it to, or something like that, it's certainly food for thought, and it could be something that's worth considering. Yeah.
Because I definitely would buy a novel, and when you're on TV, I'm sure there's going to be self-promotion within that TV documentary. Team, you can reach out on our social media pages because it's your team that made that happen. So they got to include some sort of promotion in effect. Otherwise, what's the end game? I know it's for the audience to see, and that's fine. But there's no promotion for you in the long term, is it?
No.
So they got to include something at the end.
Yeah.
Because you made it in effect.
Yeah. I suppose you're right there. Yeah.
So you gotta get, and I think when that happens, if it does happen, I think your followers will wake up, and technically then, or by then, you will then get a massive following.
Yes.
So when that makes a footfall, it's gonna be good for you as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the following we've got now. We've got some.
I will increase when our TV goes out.
But and in actual fact, looking ahead, if that happens and our followers explode, I will still remember the ones that are following us now, because they're the ones that they're there for us now, and we're just a little drop in the ocean, as it were, if you know what I mean.
But then you got to be more excited that is happening just for your own hard work.
Yeah,
You
obviously,
can't say they're the extras, or you can't follow our page.
yeah. Obviously, I'm hoping this TV company does come back and we do get a series out of it because it's going to be, you know, it's going to be good for us, you know.
Thing is, I'm just over the moon, and I'm happy for you as a team because I just never thought that because you haven't exactly made it into the media sort of reality or sort of world. That a production's come out of nowhere. You've made it, and now you're rating it for its TV premiere. It's just too much, really, to absorb, isn't it? It's like, wow,
Yeah,
all over.
it's
Just
yeah,
wow.
it's, yeah. You keep expecting to wake up from a dream, sort of thing. Yeah, or although yeah,
You woke up from a dream that's now reality.
yeah, as you know,
But yeah, it is fantastic. It is just fantastic how you've come from probably not making it big for any production to come to you, from it to come out of nowhere.
Mm.
It's fascinating. It really is fascinating. But on the cusp then of your future productions, have you got any collaborations upcoming? Or
Yes,
have you made any collaborations through that production that you was
well,
like?
we're planning to collaborate with young Jared from Ghost Hunters XX, who I know you know. So I invited him to come and join us on this World War II bomb store. But apparently he can't get here until December. So we'll have to see how the land lies in September to see if we can get in there with him or not. But I think it's one that he would like to explore himself, and I think it could be a good collaboration. And I've said in previous videos of ours, any team that want to do a collaboration with us, by all means, we're up for it. I mean, John and Emma from
Paranormal Wales?
Paranormal Wales, we did a collaboration with them when we did the inn, the old I forget what the place is called, the oldest pub in Wales, is it, or the most haunted pub in Wales, or something down in South Wales there, where they got where they used to hang the villains. The name
I'll
escapes.
just ask this though: at production, as you said, there were team crews going and to and from different places when your team essentially wrapped it up, sort of thing. Have you met any sort of new teams during it, or was it just yourself as a team?
Just ourselves, yeah.
Because you never know how TV production works. They could rake in from different teams, and they collaborate as a three or something. You don't know how TV production works
No,
like that.
no,
You don't.
no. And as I say, I'm fairly certain that they had another team lined up. Because when they left us, they went to film at another location, an old jail in Conwy is where they went. So I suspect they had another team there. Um,
Are you quite wondrous what this team is? Are you quite,
obviously, I've no idea who the team is, or even if they had a team. But to me, from the TV company's point of view, it makes sense to have a backup plan, yeah, or even a
or if you
collaboration,
just didn't turn up, for
yeah,
instance?
or even a collaboration, that you that could happen. And I presume when they pitched this idea to the Freeview channel, they've given them options as well as to if they want this team, if they want that team, and such forth.
Wasn't it that huge and that popular that you will go into the TV for the future, like for the foreseeable future, rather than hit it onto YouTube per se, you hit it onto the big screen? Would that be a change that you're all right with, considering that you started off small and now you're going into the big sort of side of it?
I wouldn't abandon YouTube, and I don't think I'd want to stop the way we're working now. But obviously, it would all be time dependent, because I would imagine that if we're going to make 10 episodes or something for a TV company, that is going to be quite time consuming and time demanding.
Yeah.
And it might derive from what we do now. So it's all suck it and see it at the moment.
But what would you first feel then if that TV series that you filmed would end up on Netflix or Amazon Prime
I,
or any
I,
other
I,
subscription
I,
service?
I would consider it as a big achievement, and I'd actually be quite proud of that.
I think you'll be over the moon,
Yeah.
Vivian. Is the better expirational term that's out there.
I don't like watching myself on TV. I'll admit that. So it's not something I'd want to watch. But you know,
Unfortunately, Vivian, if you made it, you got to watch it.
yeah,
If the audience got to, yourselves got to, because you made it and you've got to watch it because you can remember that day and you can also remember one of the greatest memories of your team doing it while you love.
that's right. That's right.
Memory creation.
Yeah. I mean, if it gets to the stage where I'm walking down the street and people are recognising me, I
And I'll photographs.
I wouldn't be sorry about that, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Well, if you walk down the street as soon as our TV premiere, goes on here, and you worry about the aftermath, then you got to think from the audience point of view is, you're a fantastic team and all we want is a photograph. You can't say, no, just have a photo next to your TV and just pretend I'm there. You got to get into the crowd of it.
That's right. Yeah. But I mean,
You got to get into the crowd.
But I mean, even little things like this that I'm doing with you now, as far as I'm concerned, is helping our channel. It's getting us noticed. It's it's putting us on the map. So it all,
And that will go huge.
it all adds up. I mean, I don't know how many sort of viewers, what your viewer numbers are like at the moment.
Here's a good question for you. Here's a great question for you. So I know I'm mentioning TV a lot, but this is going to be a greatest one. As soon as that TV production then goes on air and you're requesting, then you get asked for TV interviews, would you then do that? Like, go on TV and be interviewed sort of thing?
You mean if somebody like the One Show called me up and,
Or the One Show, or say This Morning, or say
yes,
Deadline.
yes, it's something I would do. Yeah, it's something I would do.
But are you worried that you may say something wrong, considering I was on live TV?
Oh dear.
Wouldn't that hit a nerve when you're on TV for the first time?
I mean, anybody can say anything wrong at any given time. To me, it's not something that's worth worrying about. I think it's just deal
No,
with
but
it.
you can say something wrong on TV. You just don't know, do you? You might be that nervous to be saying anything on TV.
Deal with it when it happens, sort of thing. Yeah.
Well, I think that's a fairest answer there, actually.
Yeah.
You can't take back what you said on live TV, but just remember that what you say on live TV, you can't take back.
No.
And if anything, it could be uploaded to YouTube as soon as you start to speak.
And let's face it, if you did say something wrong, you'd only end up on one of the bloopers channels anyway, so it wouldn't be a bad thing.
I love the enthusiasm there. It's like you're not worried about anything that could go wrong. I guess I'll be there as soon as I get a call up, which that is a good persona right there. That's a can-do attitude, which is good to see, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
But in the future, then, would you invest in a website, or do like an internet blog, saying this is our first day
Oh,
of Paranormal Investigate, and relive it in sort of a blogging sort of style?
it's not something I'd be keen on doing. I'm quite happy with what we do now. Yeah.
Well, maybe you've got to be more open-minded in this website creation.
As for doing, blogging and podcasts,
Websites?
Websites and things. My initial answer is no. It's not. It's not something I would jump into willingly. Anyway.
But if newspapers called you up then, would you then still, do interviews for newspapers? Would you get into a newspaper and and summarising your achievements? Would you make it into the news sort of thing?
I wouldn't shy away from doing it, but it's not something that I would volunteer for, so to speak.
So you wouldn't really do it off your own back, sort of thing.
No, no, I would, I would have to be approached. Um, but because there's another aspect to all of this that I think we've all got to bear in mind. I mean, we've all got skeletons in the cupboard, haven't we? And the media can be pretty good at digging out these skeletons. And if they can find some way of knocking you down a peg or two, they're going to do it.
Well, not really. Not really. I mean, I know journalism has a lot of criticism for giving the press too much information about any person given.
Mhm.
But if you don't give them that extra information, then they ain't going to dive into that information, are they? I mean, they would, because they would expose the government and stuff like that. But because you are sort of a tabloid star when that TV episode goes out, I just don't think, because you need to score into the showbiz. I don't think they would spoil it in a heap.
Well, I would hope not. I would hope
But
not.
I don't think they would. I
No.
really don't think that. If it goes well, then all this media attention and media action, and you like it as a team, because you could all say, "Oh, that was a fantastic day of filming," but when it starts to get into the motor and it's now on TV today or whatever, next week or next month, etc., would you think that that's not something that I wish to have done, or would you think let's give them a live studio show with a studio audience?
Yeah, I think a live show would worry me a little bit. But,
Would you do like a live paranormal event with like a live audience?
if it were possible to do it and for it to be genuine with no fakery and no trickery, yes, I would certainly go for that. Um, yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, that wouldn't really be any different from doing a YouTube live stream, would it?
No, but what you got to think of it is it's going to be a studio audience watching you do it. So where you think it's a live stream, yes, you would do it for your normal audience, but there's an audience there watching you as you do it. So
Yeah.
would you think that's a bit nerve-wracking, considering it's all moving sort of too fast on the scale? Or do you enjoy it? You don't know, do
Um,
you?
I think anything I do in public would make me nervous anyway. I'm not a performer, you know.
Do you think you get over those nerves, though? Or do you think you would, stomp out those
Yes,
nervous thoughts sort of thing?
I think, yeah, I would. Um, I mean, even what I'm doing now with you here, I'm still here talking to this camera, which 6 months ago I would have really struggled with. Yeah. Um, so it all comes with practice, and I think the more we do, the better I'm going to get at these things, the more confident I'm going to get at these things, and yeah, I don't think a public performance would phase me in any way. Um, it might do initially, but it's something I think I would get into quite quickly.
So, in your own time and in your own pace, you did one massive achievement already. You don't want to really focus on the extras at this precise moment, because you don't want to ruin you know, your your reputation. Do you really? If you
No,
move, if you take it too fast, you don't know what the end quality would be like, do you?
that's right.
It's like if you rewrite a TV show, you wouldn't do it knowing that it's not the same as what the audience watched before, sort of thing.
No, 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 no. And it's also, you could say the same with so obviously we're not allowed to mention this TV company. Um, um, you know, it's all being kept quiet, which in actual fact is a good thing, because if we were to go shouting it from the highest hill, or we're gonna be going on this channel and that channel, and then it doesn't happen. What are we going to look like? Yeah, because it's still
I will be great with you, and I understand. I would
it's,
understand your frustration if you
it's still it's still
carefully announce something
it
like that.
still could not happen. It's
The audience wouldn't like that, though. I
yeah.
mean, it wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be just me that wouldn't like that.
No, I mean, the day's filming's been done. The TV company have gone away with it. They've edited it. They've
Have
made.
you saw? Would they finalise the finishing touches with you then before it actually goes on TV? Because you've got to sign something, haven't you, acknowledging this
Obviously,
piece of the project?
obviously, yes, there would be a contract to sign,
Hmm.
and obviously, yes, we would need to we would need to agree terms on that. Yeah, but certainly for what's been done so far, there's no contract involved. We as a team,
It's just not knowing, isn't it? That's the
yeah,
biggest thing of it all.
we as a team have agreed to participate in this filming. Yeah. I have agreed with this TV company that they can use any of our footage if they want to take anything from YouTube or anything like that. They can use that in any production, provided they include us in the credits. That's the only condition I put on it, that they include us in the credits.
No, because you don't it's like you say you were a TV writer and you did a fantastic comedy and you didn't have any attributions at the end. It's like nobody knows it's your work.
No,
Nobody knows who wrote it. Nobody knows who performed or composed it, etc., etc.
that's right.
But you're gonna have some, you know, some attribution into the work you
Yeah,
done. But this is a great question I will ask: is throughout this filming and throughout the productions you've done now to this present time, have any of your equipment failed at all? And have you now realised that there are new equipment out there that you want to get your hands on
God.
for these future projects?
Yes, the worst failure I've had it wasn't actually a failure. It was an error on my part. Yeah. When we first started doing these paranormal things, um, money is a big issue because the equipment is expensive. Yeah, and I only had a basic video camera, which for ghost hunting is absolutely useless. You've at least got to have night vision, you know. And I spent a long time finding the right camera, and I even bought a couple that I then decided, no, that's no good, you know. Until I got the one that I'm using now, the one that you can see me on now. But of course, it's quite, although it's a few years old, it's quite high tech. It's got a lot of knobs and a lot of buttons, and it does a lot of things. Yeah, and I didn't play with it before going out and filming with it on our paranormal investigations. I just went straight out in there, and we had problems. Yeah, I mean the first investigation we done with this camera, it's got a lens shield on it, so that it blocks out the light. Yeah, and I hadn't fitted it properly. So we were filming through an oval like that, the whole thing, you know. So and it looks bad. If you watch the video, it actually looks bad. So big error. And then after that, I had a problem with the sound. The sound kept breaking up. And we did a couple of investigations like this, and it took me a long while to realise that I hadn't actually put the top on it properly. It's like a handle, and
Oh yes.
when you put the handle on, it makes all the connections, and it worked loose. So as I was moving the camera, it was disconnecting, and the sound was breaking up. Yeah, but that was error. It wasn't equipment failure as such. It was error on my part, and it was errors that were most unprofessional and errors that shouldn't have happened. But I've learnt from them. you know, and there's nothing I can do about it.
There's a price you pay for mistakes that you do, Rivian.
It's done, you know. But I mean, as for the camera itself, it was the right move. It was the right camera to get, which is why I wanted to get straight out there and get using it, because it was the right tool for the job. It still is the right tool for the job. But I should have spent some time getting used to it before actually going out with it.
Yeah, you've got to test it out.
Yeah.
You just have to. You're like saying, if you had a mobile phone that doesn't work, or you just think, I'll leave it to the first day of me filming, just take it with you, never powers on, that's just wanting to fail it, sort of thing.
Yeah, but I can't remember us having had equipment failure as such in the true sense of the word, that something stopped working.
Have you thought, though, that on filming, that I hope my equipment works, otherwise I'll look like right Muppets in front of the camera?
Fun enough, it's something that doesn't come to mind.
No.
You know, it's you just presume everything's going to work. You know, I mean, I've had headphones not pack up, but I've had like one speaker go in the headphones and that sort of thing, which is a little bit annoying. We've had batteries fail on us and that sort of thing, but nothing that has actually stopped us carrying on. Just, the show goes on.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And if anything, if it did happen while this filming started, the audience would have a bit of a giggle, if nothing else.
That's right, yeah.
So, yeah, it comes with a territory, doesn't it? Good on bad.
Yeah.
So do you know what the future lies then with the team of GhosthunterWales? What are we expecting for the future? I know we got this fascinating TV project that we just cannot wait to watch.
Yeah, well,
but what else is in the pipeline? Is there any investigations that you plan on doing solo or a team?
It's fingers crossed on the TV project, yeah. As for the team, things have changed quite a bit since we started and since we first got together as a team. Some of them have changed jobs, obviously changed relationships, and so much has changed within, as people do. Lives change, don't they? But we actually struggle to get together now as a team to go out and do investigation because we've got family and work commitments and such forth. Which is why I've introduced new team members. I mean, Paul has come on as, my son's come on as a new team member. There's another girl, Sophie, who has come on as a team member, although she's yet to do anything with us. And there's also another guy that's come on as a team member. He's yet to do anything with us for whatever reason, I don't know. So the only solid members I've got in the team at the moment that I can say are regular are myself, my wife, and my son Paul, and the dog Alfie, who we can take with us occasionally.
Well, while the investigations are a bit unknown at this current moment in time, are you going to do any sort of YouTube live streams? Just to engage with the audience. Maybe
I want to do more YouTube live streams. The problem we've got with YouTube live streams is you've got to have a certain amount of subscribers and a certain number of.
No, but what I mean is you gather together, on a Zoom meeting or whatnot, or on Skype.
Yeah, I can do a YouTube live. Yeah. What I can't do is mobile YouTube lives.
Oh, mobile. I understand what you mean by that.
We can't do a location one because we can't connect via mobile because we haven't got the viewing figures and such forth. Yeah.
There is a workaround. You just got to download an app for your phone, sign in with your account details, and it's just like that. But the only problem is it does bring your battery.
I've used that. The last time I tried using it didn't work for whatever reason. And that was when we were in that pub in South Wales.
Oh.
Because the plan was to do a live stream from there. And I was ages trying. It just would not work. I don't know. I am going to try it again. I will do a test live. I'll see what other apps are out there. Maybe get a different app if there's maybe a new one since we did that. Because we've got Halloween coming up. I would love to do a live stream for Halloween. If we can do it, a mobile one for a nice spooky graveyard or something, that would be ideal.
So now that everything is, looking up for the team, and quite rightly so, because you put a lot of hard work into it for the big result, where do you see yourself as a team in 5 years' time?
That is a good question, because obviously a lot of it depends on what happens with this TV thing. Yeah.
But if assuming is it gained a lot of audience attraction, what would your next big goals be in 5 years that you want to do as a team?
I mean, the thought of getting really big actually frightens me, you know. Um, and I never,
But you have to get over that though.
yeah,
I know it's
I,
common feelings when you're hitting it big.
I never
You've got to
imagined
stand over
when
that
we
and be proud of it.
when we started this. I never imagined that it would get really big, and I'm still having difficulty seeing that it might get really big. You know, um, I mean, it's like winning the lottery, isn't it? Does it change your life? Well, of course it changes your life, even though people say it's not going to change their life. Of course it does. Um, and this is the same. If this TV deal comes off and you know we get big and people are pointing at me in the street and this sort of thing, it is going to change you, and it probably is going to change your direction. But I would like to think that the direction isn't going to change much from what we're actually doing now. I would like to think that we will still continue doing the same sort of investigations that we're doing now. But we would probably get more of them because more people would want to use us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when everyone sees your work in a big screen, because not being funny or anything, but YouTube doesn't mean anything for most age categories. They when they see it on a TV screen, it will grow, and you'll grow as a team. I think Rivers cut out. I think, yeah. Well, Riv, you're back. Riv, you with us?
You froze on me again, Tom.
Yeah, it did freeze. Yeah. It does happen, doesn't it? I mean, it's not your fault to say. It does happen with all the technical issues.
I can't remember what we were saying.
Well, basically, it will be improving your structure going forward when it hits it big. Everyone would want to, contact you and, be invited on these investigations and be invited onto what you do and see your team as it is,
That's right. Yeah.
See it for some sort of entertainment. See it for who it is and what it does.
You're quite right. More people would want to get involved with us. We would probably be the first choice for a lot of investigations over other teams and such forth. Which to me is a bit of a shame that something like you've got something like that has got to happen for you to be wanted and noticed, as it were. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because I think we do a pretty good job now, and I think we're worthy of being noticed now.
You will be noticed. You definitely will be.
Certainly, a lot of work goes into it, particularly on the video production side. The editing and getting the videos out there. a lot more time is spent on that than on the actual investigations themselves.
Well, how do you feel that as it goes on TV, more producers will be more interested? Would you, assign yourself more into the media category with these newly producers who want to approach you and do things with them, or do you just think it's time to tone that down a bit? Because they've done one massive one already.
Um, I mean, I already consider us to be in the media category to a degree because we're producing media. What we broadcast is media. What goes on YouTube is media. Um,
This is big media.
yeah, creative content is what it's commonly known as, isn't it? Um, so I already see us as that, but on a small scale.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Well, do you have any questions you wish to ask me then, Viv?
Um,
Because this has been a very good interview. Because now the audiences can uncover really the true in-depth detail of what you can give us publicly.
yeah, no, I'm interested to know what your viewing figures are like now. 'Cause,
Viewing figures.
yeah, how many people are watching you these days?
Well, it's not 50,000. Let's just make that clear at this precise moment, anyway. But your viewing figures will go up massively.
Well, I would hope so. I mean, the only other thing I would ask is if we do this again, which I'm sure we probably will at some point. Yeah, it might be useful if you could send me a link or something so I can advertise it on our Facebook page to try and get you some more viewers.
Now
If that,
that is a good idea, but don't worry. After transmission, you can freely share it, so that's some win-win there.
it would be good if I could sort of post something on our Facebook page that says join us at 7:30, blah blah blah. And try and get some more viewers.
Oh yes, I didn't really thought about that at that time.
Yeah.
That's me. But would you like to come back on the show primarily after this TV accomplishment? Would that be more of a good timing for you?
Yes, I would say give it another.
6 months?
I would hope something happens before 6 months. To be honest with you, but I would think certainly a couple of months. If nothing, if in 6 months' time nothing's happened, it's not going to happen.
Oh, here's a massive question for you.
Come on.
Now that you're going to be on TV and you idolise the Shape, because that is your favourite YouTuber, what if the Shape actually contacts you in person?
The Shape did contact us last week. Yeah. When we put the video up of the figure, yeah, the Shape messaged us on that and said, "Great catch." So I know the Shape has been watching our videos right from day one. I know he's been following us, yeah, but he's not been able.
Well, have you got in touch with you personally via your Facebook pages?
Through the YouTube channel. He is on our Facebook group. He is a member of our Facebook group. He has been from day one. Yeah.
But YouTube never really messaged.
Sorry.
YouTube never really contacted on a more personal level. Aside from
No. But he commented on the video. Said.
I bet that must have got you feeling very amazed, to say the least.
Yes. I know he's watched us from day one. He's not been able to tear us apart. He's not been, we've not faked anything, and he's not been able to pull us up and say we're faking it because we don't fake it, But at the same time,
this will be good as a team, and this is what I will say as well. If these celebrities reaches out to you after or at any time, you got to be thinking now this is a never-ending opportunity that you simply achieved.
Yeah.
If all these big celebrities, getting in touch with you personally and asking for these business deals or asking for these, all these business opportunities that you never had when you started it off first time. There's like a one chance that you're never going to get, really.
I mean, who knows what the future holds? You know, none of us know. So
You got to be ambiguous.
you have to. I think you have to live. I think you have to live each day as it comes, and and seize any opportunity.
Well, all I can say is, Rivian, if you do get into that celeb magazine, or if you do get into these celebrities' YouTube streams, or whatever it may be,
Right.
just make sure you shout out this person whenever that happens.
Well, I do believe in as I was on about
Because not only that would help you, it also help other YouTube community channels who think they're never going to get like you are.
No.
But a little boost will do.
This is what I was saying about our subscribers and our followers now. They to me are going to be more important, if you like, than any followers that we get in the future, because they have been loyal to us when we're just a little drop in the ocean. And like yourself, giving us the opportunity to spread the word and help us grow a little bit more. I mean, I'll remember you more than I'll remember the shape, if you like, because you've done more for us than the shape has. Does that make sense?
Yes, but like I said, you can never say the shape will never get in touch with you, because I think it will be a surprise, and I just think it's just a ticking time bomb for that to happen.
Yeah.
And when the shape contacts you asking for a live interview, how would you then feel about that?
I think I'd actually feel quite honoured to be able to talk to him. Yeah, I know you
wouldn't you be shy, firstly, because that just didn't happen until you're suddenly expecting it to?
Well, yeah, I mean, it swings and roundabouts, isn't it? I mean, I know you were trying to get an interview with him at one time, weren't you? But
I did have an email off him, but I've never had nothing else. I've never had anything else from that. So, if anything, Rivian, it won't happen on here. It'll happen on yours, if anything.
Well, we will see.
It obviously will be exciting for you. A little bit disappointing for me, but that's just how Media City works, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's not about competition. You can all bring your own things to the table, and you shouldn't really single other content creators out.
That's right.
That's the goal. That's the remit right there.
No, so I'm quite happy to come back again at some point. But
one last question for you: what song would define you as a team, and what slogan would you use?
What song?
Yeah.
Would define us as
a team? The final countdown.
Well, that's a tough one. I mean, Ghostbusters springs to mind immediately, but I'm not saying that's probably the best one. And what was the other one?
The final countdown.
Yeah, the final countdown's good. Yeah.
What slogan would you use then? Have you thought about our slogan today, actually?
Well,
because yours is GhosthunterWales. What's your slogan underneath?
Right, in actual fact, I call it a motto. If you look at our I haven't got anything here, but it says on our banners, on our logo, "In search of the truth," and that is pretty much what we're about. We're in search of the truth. So our slogan, our motto, is in fact "In search of the truth."
Well, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Just basic, to the point, nothing too confusing.
Yeah.
It's just to the point. It's right there, isn't it? But as your GhosthunterWales then, in time, whether it's 5-10 years, would you as a team consider rebranding how it's called, perhaps, with a bit more creative touch?
Funny you should ask that, because I've been giving that some thought recently. I have actually got
ideas. GhosthunterWales, I know it is good, it is great.
No,
but where's the unique side of it?
I have got ideas in the pipeline for a rebrand, and it might happen, quite soon, actually.
Well, I just asked that really because it is natural to have a rebrand because that's just a name you thought of there now.
Yeah.
But there's going to be more ideas that comes to you, and you just simply can't ignore what your gut instinct's telling you to do.
No, but
You've got to do it.
The name I've got in mind, I'm not going to say what it is, but if you put it into initials, I mean, GhosthunterWales would just be GHW, wouldn't it? Yeah, which means nothing. But if you put this name into its initials, everybody would think of something, and it's probably the same thing everybody would think of. And it's to do with living. It's to do with life. So I think it's a name that could really work for us.
It would. It would. Yeah.
I think it could really work. And I've even got a vision in mind for the logo as well. So it's already in the pipeline.
It's just going to come to that time. We got to spice things up, haven't you? It's time for that spice up. It's time for that new look over there. New look, isn't it? A new lease of life sort of thing.
It's already in the pipeline. And if it happened, it would also happen with a team shake-up as well, I think, because I think we've probably got some dead team members. Not literally dead, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But in the next 2 or 3 months then, or to the end of the year, because I think this is probably the last chat this year, unless you fancy coming on before the end of the year. But anyway, coming past that, of course. But are there any investigations you got upcoming?
Yes, we've got a local pub plant, which has got quite a few reportings of paranormal activity. I'm hoping to get that done fairly soon. Although it's a pub, it's also a hotel, and that is in Carnarvon. That is in the town of Carnarvon here.
That'll be interesting to see. I'll be interested in watching.
Yeah, that's the only place we've actually got lined up, apart from going back to the bomb store, which is happening this week. And the plan from when we return to the bomb store is I'm going to try and make contact with the figure. It'd be good, I think, if we could communicate with him and find out more about him.
It would be.
Whether it happens or not, but it's worth a try. And I think
always think positive, Rivian. Positive get you through it.
Make an interesting video. I mean, it'd be nice to actually capture him on film again as well. But the chances of that, I think, is so slim.
Well, my last ever question is just going to ask you, Rivian, because I know that a slightly long interview this one is. But you've got to make it worthwhile, then. You've got to make sure that every question that the viewers would ever want to know is there.
Yeah.
Would you sell any merchandise? Because that is a quite interesting question, though.
Yeah, I've looked into this. I have looked into this. And the honest answer is, I think it's something you've got to do. It's expected of you, isn't it? Especially when you're well known, it's expected of you. So I think it's something. I think it's something that we would have to do. The only thing that annoys me about this merchandise is some of it is so damn expensive. I think it's overpriced.
That's why, Viv, you got to find the deals out there. There is a deal out there waiting for your browsing.
So the answer is yes. If I can offer it to our viewers, our subscribers, our fans, whatever you want to call them, at a reasonable price, yes.
Rivian, I must say, you're just overwhelmed, aren't you? Because some of this, even thinking about doing, and it's on a plate. Are you doing this? Are you doing that? It's really entertaining. Really, how you think? Yeah, we're gonna do it, but really, I don't really want to do it. But it's what the audience wants.
Yeah.
Your reaction to these questions, I must say, it is quite good.
Good.
But yeah, these merchandise that you do, don't do low quantity of them. Because remember, you've got a big project coming on the television, and that project of merchandise, you need 1,000.
Maybe. Maybe.
You would. Well, Ruben, it's been a pleasure to have you on this evening. You gonna do anything else this week? What's your plan this week upcoming?
We're going back to the bomb store this week. Yeah. That's all that's actually planned at the moment. Other than planning Halloween, we started. We put our heads to the board today to see what we can come up with for Halloween. I would like to do a live stream for it, but obviously we'll have to wait and see what we can come up with.
If you can't do it on YouTube, you can actually do it on Facebook, download it, and then upload it to YouTube. But then it's just the same recording in a way, isn't it?
When we do lives, Becky prefers to do Facebook Live. I prefer to do YouTube Live. So when it comes to doing a live, we're a bit at each other. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I think YouTube is more a better platform considering how it can reach out to so many people.
Yeah. But no,
I don't really have a Facebook account and social media. And we all know social media today, Rivian.
Yeah, we do.
It's not as good as it was when it was first out 10 years ago.
Yeah. But no,
it's not ever so bad.
My son's got a couple of spooky graveyards lined up as a possible Halloween investigation. So if we can find some way of going live mobile, I think we might do these graveyards. If we can't go mobile live, then I've got another idea for an indoor one that we can do. So there are ideas. But
what about home investigations? Very quickly.
Home investigations, people's homes. Yeah. Oh, we love them. We love them. We've done a few of them.
Would you do more of them?
Yeah. It's what I'd rather do, to be honest with you.
But do you have to reach out to certain people about what you intend to do, or do you have to more or less let them reach out to you, sort of thing?
The problem with the home investigations is people are afraid that we're going to stir things up and make any activity worse. This is the first hurdle we've got to overcome. Yeah. My son Paul, he lives in a haunted house, and he won't let us investigate it because that's exactly what he's afraid of. He's afraid of stirring things up. Yeah. And when he moves, he's looking for a new property, and but when he moves, we can go and investigate his place. So that would be an interesting one to do. Yeah. But the good thing about doing someone's home is you get their personal experiences of what's gone on. They can tell you what's gone on, how it affected them, what their emotions were, if you like. Yeah. So you can actually show much more than just an actual investigation.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about doing somebody's home.
But I think in the future, and I'll give you a suggestion quite quickly as well, if you can't do content, or if you just want to have a week away from the limelight sort of thing, and just do some alternative things, like where you could get in touch with Paranormal Wales and do a live podcast sort of thing.
Yeah,
because you're all doing paranormal, so it all ties in together. So I just think that is in itself a suggestion of consideration.
Yeah, it's actually a good suggestion. I know nothing about podcasting. It's something I would have to look into, but I can see its potential. And if it's something that I could organise and link up with other paranormal teams, then yes, I think it could be good. And
because then it would be Vivian on the airwaves with this.
I will thank you for the suggestion, and I will look into that because yes, it could be good. Not only for our channel, but for others that we involve in it as well, whether it's Jared or Paranormal Wales or whoever. Gwinnett Paranormal, for example, is another one. It would be good.
It would be. Well, it's been very, very nice to have you on the show this evening. And judging by how you enjoyed it, I think you enjoyed it also.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you probably would stay this long. But in the contrast, we got to the ham of productions, which I think was a little bit of a big one in this interview.
Yeah.
And we also uncovered others and other things as well. So that goes to show an interview isn't done like how I do it, because it's different in different networks.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
If you went to a more serious sort of channel, I think they would have their questions in 30 minutes and you would have to try and keep up with the questions.
Yeah.
But this is not the case yet, because if I did that, I wouldn't have as many teams as I do have in a day. But yeah, it's been a pleasure reviewing to everyone tonight, and yeah, I'll see you in the new year now, I believe, unless you want to make an appearance before Christmas.
Yeah, unless anything big happens in the meantime, I will stay in touch with you. I will let you know what's happening.
And also, announce it to your public audience in however way you do it.
As soon as I can do, I will do. Yeah.
And the big one is the premiere date.
Yeah. Well,
forget that one.
Yeah.
That's crucial news.
Yeah. We'll have to wait and see what happens. We don't know.
Well, from me to you, I wish you all the best in your team for the future. You smashed the #1 goal of getting on TV. You've done that as a team, and I think the audience will obviously, appreciate that, and will also support you even further than what they do now, with loads of congratulations mails.
Thank you very much.
Have a great evening, Rivian, and I'll see you very, very soon.
We will speak again soon. Thank you.